Okay, we're live.
Hello, Internet.
Hello,
Welcome.
Internet. And welcome to Sheet B of the Brunch Spiel.
This is draw number 8 of our 2023 Brunch Spiel. Our feature sheet is Sheet B. We have the bacon and legs versus delivering broom service. So this should be a very good matchup for everybody today.
We've got some talented curlers here on Sheet B.
So if you are online watching us, please chat. Please say hi. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know which teams you're rooting for. We'll try to keep you up to date on our other sheets.
Yep.
We have sheets A, B, C, D. Again, we will be featuring sheet B. We will keep up with sheet C, and we will do our best to let you know what's happening on A and D. So let us know if you have folks on those sheets, and we will.
What are the color and
try to make sure you know.
So it looks like on Sheet A, let's see here, let's do this methodically here. It looks like you can beat us, but you can't join us is red.
Okay.
On Sheet B, it looks like delivering broom service is red.
Yep.
On Sheet Charlie, I see, looks like Loudoun has red.
Yep.
And on Sheet D as in Delta, I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. That looks
We
like...
might have to do some recon.
Yeah, I think that's Cocoa Pebbles.
That has red?
That has red.
Okay.
We may
All right.
update that at a later moment.
Alrighty, well, we are well underway. First stones have been thrown.
All right.
No. Okay.
What number are you, Benjo? What? 5?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep,
Hey,
now
Benjo.
you're there.
Oh,
Benjo
hello.
is here.
Yeah. So we actually haven't introduced ourselves. So
Oh, that's a good point. Please,
so
Benjo, start.
on the booth we have Jamie,
Hello, I'm
and
Jamie.
then we have Jen,
Hi, guys.
and then we have Todd on
The
controls, and me.
Our gracious host, Benjo Delamente.
Yes.
And it's pronounced Delamente.
Yep.
Oh, I'm glad you pronounced it because
Yeah.
I know I would mess it up. And then
That's fine.
Benjo would have to
It's-
smack me.
It's a tricky tongue twister. All right, so welcome to our 12 viewers
Yes.
this afternoon.
Welcome, everybody.
Hi. Please chat with us.
Yes, we love feedback.
All right, so on sheet B, we have teams that have Potomac curlers on their rosters.
Yes.
So here's Maddy from the Potomac Curling Club, and their skip, Chris Farmer, also used to curl out of Potomac, but now curls out of Bucks County Curling Club.
Famous for his draw weight, from what I hear. I've heard from several sources that Chris weight is a thing. He's also kind of staggering around the back of the house this morning, like someone who was up till 5 a.m. last night drinking at a Hilton Doubletree.
Huh.
As a possibility. I'm getting intel from the gentleman to my left.
We will neither confirm nor deny.
I am only reading what is put in front of me. Good morning, San Diego.
We're in D.C. We do not confirm or deny anything.
Oh, that is true. And right now, Broom Service sitting 2 in the house with 3 flashed shots by Bacon and Legs. Now, Maddy, actually, their second, the leggings you see on her are specifically designed to confuse and baffle her opponents, much like Dazzle used in World War II
Is
naval
that really?
ships. Yeah, she is trying to trick the eye. Unfortunately, it seems to be reflecting on the ice to her own shots. Looking back at us with a...
Maddy is looking at us, knowing that we're talking about her. Her ears are burning. So,
Yes.
alrighty. Let's see what she can do with this shot.
Yeah. So, yeah, what are you doing
in
with
the
this shot?
house for
Chris calling the hit. Just remove some granite from this house. Let's see what Maddy does.
Yeah, things are fairly open in the sand. There's 3 red. Okay. Here, can you hear me now?
Much better.
All right.
Yeah, we want to hear.
I'm pulling up your volume too, Bendo.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
And little light, little wide.
Oh, she just tapped the red rock
Yeah.
closer to the center.
Yeah.
That is not what they probably had in mind there.
No. So Julie Yeager from delivering Broom service coming up, and looks like he's just calling either a guard or just draw it in. Pack the house in an under 5, and you won't do too poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing a Team Delarmente, in which case you have no hope.
So I think they're just putting another one in the house. Keep the pressure on yellow to try to eliminate some of the stones.
Yeah.
And they need to do so fairly quickly or they'll be in trouble heading into the back end stones.
Yeah, that's a lot of red in the house.
And red with hammer right now, so yellow's got to move some granite out of the way. Rather than remove stone, Benjo, what do you think about maybe parking a freeze on that back red on the 4 foot?
Yeah, I
Just
don't
try
mind
to cut
that.
Down.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That's actually also a very good call.
Yeah.
Because if you freeze perfectly, then you'll end up sitting shot, and it's going to be hard to remove.
Exactly. Looks like that needs to curl a little bit.
Yeah, that is not.
So-
Oh. Well, they got a nice hit and roll.
Yep. Popped a stone out.
Okay,
So-
got one out.
Their rock is sticking around. It's obviously not shot, but that's something that could come in handy later.
And Jen Ying telling partner Paul to just drop something on the top of the 4 foot.
Yeah, which is a pretty good call. Just try to block the shot that Jamie just suggested. Because whoever gets there first will be at an advantage.
All right. Do we have anything interesting going on other sheets? We'll take a look.
Let's
Looks like there's a lot of rocks in play right now.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's see what Paul's first rock does. Sweepers are just escorting that rock down. Looks like it's got plenty of weight. It looks like it might be heavy, and it is out of the
It
house.
just sails through. This gives yellow an opening
Yep.
to freeze on those 2 reds.
Chris Farmer staring at that stone intently, studying it carefully for weakness, hoping that the right shot will terrify it into falling out of the house.
Yeah, so he is calling that freeze,
Yeah, there's that
which
freeze.
is a smart call.
Quite a bit of ice for that call. Our rocks on B were sharpened late last year, and recently after sharpening, we're curling 5-6 feet in some cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a crazy lot of curl.
They've calmed down since.
They still act up once in a while.
They do. Stern talking to the occasional hit. You are allowed to hit in curling, if not other facets of life. And that one looks a
they
little
are
light.
This looks
Furiously
light.
sweeping. We have
Yeah.
furious sweeping going on.
The old 3 sweep, not enough. So
It is going to bite, but it is.
Jen wasting no time in calling for the draw under.
So just so folks know, these are timed games, so they have 2 hours, correct?
2 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
At 2 hours, you finish your end and go home, or to the broomstack table.
So it looks like we've got some comments. What are folks saying to us?
What do we have folks saying, Todd?
Mindy Carlson says, "New phone, who dis?" Maybe she said that before we announced ourselves. And
Hi,
then,
Mindy.
Reality TV Tom says, "Any chance you could show all 4 sheets?"
We will cycle through.
Yeah,
we do try to feature the sheet, as showing all 4 sheets tends to be just very small. But as we go through, we'll catch up with each of the 4 of them for you
Yeah,
folks
if you
to
let
see
us
your
know
family
which
and
sheet you're
friends.
particularly interested in, we can try to make sure we keep on top of that.
All right, Chris Farmer throwing his first stone.
Well, it looks like they moved some rocks around, but it still didn't help yellow a whole lot.
No.
Yeah, so I think yellow at this point is just trying to minimize damage at the very least.
Yeah.
There is a possible double. I don't think there's a triple.
I think he's going for the triple here.
Yeah.
Blow
It's-
stuff up.
Yeah. Or even like a hit and roll and flop towards the center isn't too bad
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, I don't hate that. And that looks a little narrow for the...
Yeah, so that the
There's
jab,
the
yeah,
near double.
that
Yep.
was the issue with that. But still a pretty good shot. It's
Yeah,
gonna
they're down to 2 Red Rocks County.
right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to do a straight takeout because of the catchers at the back.
Oh, actually, that one yellow is out counting the red, so there's one counting red.
Yeah, so not a bad result.
Yeah.
Works for yellow.
So Paul is at the ready, and we've got Jennifer coming up to throw her first skip rock.
And she's just looking... Is that a draw, the call, or is she just trying to pop that out?
Yeah, so I think they're trying to pick it out.
Okay.
So it's definitely there. They have to be careful though that it doesn't jam at the back.
Yeah.
And the quick
Okay.
call of yeah from Paul, so they are on it. That was a narrow broom is why I asked.
Right.
The weight she would need to throw for that broom is pretty up, but I think she's on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think just so. Oh, that's
somebody
a,
Oh,
must have burned it.
no. For those of
Yeah.
us who are not curlers, if you touch the rock or any part, if your glasses fall off and hit the rock and your broom touches the stone,
Your foot touches the stone.
that rock is called burned, and it is immediately taken out of play.
If
Much
it's-
like Maddy was taken out of play in elementary school for swearing incessantly at the teacher.
So if you burn the broom before the far hog line, then you immediately take it out of play. But if you burn it after the far hog line, then it's actually up to the opposing skip to decide what to do with the rock. So that skip either has the option of taking the rock out completely or rearrange the rocks to where they think it would have ended up anyway.
Yeah.
If the stone was not interrupted in its path.
And that's a delicate question in curling, as always, and for the
It is.
curlers or the non-curlers. Essentially, it's not a refereed sport. It is a, what is the word that Alan used?
Self-police.
Self-police. Yeah,
like
that's-
ultimate frisbee. And if both skips decide on something, by and large, that is what happens.
Yes.
So there is an expectation when setting the stone. Those of you who have a competitive mind may say, well, I'm going to put it where I want. And the spirit of curling comes into play there and says, no.
Right.
Use
Yes.
use your best effort. Play honestly. Play
Right.
fairly.
So, because of it is actually contentious, I've read somewhere that Curling Canada has a rule proposal to change that actual rule.
Really?
Yeah. I have to verify, but I read somewhere on Reddit. I think.
Well,
that-
everything's true on Reddit.
As
Of course,
always.
100%.
Delamante Bellefontaine bringing you only the most well-researched sources, a.k.a. JD heard it somewhere on the internet.
Yeah. So the proposed rule changes if you burn it anywhere, regardless if it's before or after the far hog line, then you just take it out.
just comes out.
Yeah.
Which I think is personally, I think it's a good broom because it's a good broom. It's a good rule because it just takes out the ambiguity out of things.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think for most, especially at our level, that's usually what happens.
Right.
I mean, regardless of where you burn the stone, you just stop it and take it out and you move on. And
Right. Right.
there's no question.
So I think it was a steal of one actually on B.
Yeah. Chris Farmer looking into the booth to confirm as he's paying less attention than we are. Is now a good time to visit all 4 sheets and take a look and see what's going on?
Yeah, we can do that for our...
Especially sheet A with 15 rocks, 14 rocks in play.
Oh, no, it's not a steal. So the Red actually scored 1.
Did they?
Apparently. Sorry for
yeah,
that.
sheet A is looking a lot like the Beltway during rush hour traffic. So they've got a lot of guards in the house there.
Yeah, lots of stuff in front of the house on sheet A.
That makes it really hard to get around, and it puts up blocks so that your opponent can accidentally knock one of your rocks in, which I have personally done.
Everyone has.
So.
Yeah, so I think on sheet A, yellow is just trying to find a way in, whether it's tapping one of their yellows up or... Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do on sheet A. On sheet B, also a lot of action in front of the house, a lot of cards in play. But I think yellow might have scored 3 on sheet C.
All right, I return. And do we have updates from the YouTube chat? Looks like we're impressing people with our depth of knowledge and researched facts.
So there's a request from your reality TV, Tom. Sheet A, please. They have their grandson, Brandon, playing there. So shout out to Brandon on sheet A.
Oh, awesome.
Which team is Brandon on?
Brandon Hare is on You Can Beat Us, But You Can't Join Us. That is a Potomac team. And ironically, they sent an email out Thursday night or Friday night saying we need someone to join us due to I think a COVID-related.
And was Brandon the one who?
I believe Brandon was the one who jumped in.
Well, thank you, Brandon, and thank you to Brandon's grandparents for tuning in.
And had a chance to chat with him. Neat guy.
So yeah, they are actually ahead by 2. So excellent job, Brandon's team.
All right, the down weight hit should pop this one out of
Nicely
the
done.
rings. My intern Jay Dizzle is furiously writing something, so we'll have a fun fact for you in just a moment. He comes to us from the St. Elmo's School for people with only 6 toes. All right, this just in. Bacon and Lake script Chris Farmer's hat, for those wondering, says St. John's Brewery, U.S. Virgin Islands. Sources close to Chris say the odds he's been there are nearly 0. Again, we take everything at face value here at Potomac, and we question nothing that is handed to us on a sheet of legal paper.
All right.
Trying to push that stone, so until recently controversial style for people who are new to the sport. Sweeping generally is meant to make the stone go straighter and further. The broom heads have been developed that actually allow you to almost directionally sweep the, well, not almost, to directionally sweep the stone. So in this case, who was sweeping there? I think that was Dave Yeager. Was actually trying to sweep that stone to curl more by sweeping on the inside. If you're watching now, the sweep they're doing is intended to keep the stone straight and upweight in order to hit that rock, which it has. And the stone sweeping with these heads was actually a scandal back, what?
In
5, 6 years ago?
2015, I think.
Yeah.
They called it Broomgate.
Broomgate.
And if you look at, There's a piece by Stephen Colbert on his late night Stephen Colbert show, sort of discussing a Broomgate in a particularly humorous way. So I think it's worth a watch if you're.
I'm going to have to check that out. I have
should.
not seen that yet, Benjo.
You
Thank
should.
you for the recommendation. I'm sure it's all factual and
Very.
there's no embellishment at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
It was full of Stephen Colbert jokes, but it kind of addressed the point humorously, but honestly.
So on sheet B, teams are just trading hits. And if teams continue trading hits, this could lead to a blank.
Do we have, is that yellow stone on top biting? Well, if you miss your hit, you're not going to blank. And why would a team want to blank?
So Jen, why would teams want to blank?
To keep the hammer.
Correct.
And why
is
would you want to keep
correct.
the hammer? And what is the hammer for the family
that's a very
of
good
curlers?
question. So the hammer is the very last shot of the end, which gives you an advantage because, you know, somebody can't follow you and try to undo what you've done.
Like
so
in arguments, having the last word is always best.
Exactly. So having
That
the
is a
last
good-
stone is
That
an
is a good
advantage.
analogy. Yeah.
And yeah, so if you blank an end, you get to retain the hammer and start all over.
Exactly.
And part of that is in curling, as you score points in an end, like an inning, a 1 point end is actually kind of break even, bordering on a loss of that end. If you have the hammer, you are expected to score 2 to be a winning team.
Right.
So it is better to score 0 and keep the hammer and try again than to take 1. If I'm playing Benjo and I'm forcing him to take 1 point every time he's got hammer, well, I'm still going to lose because he's Benjo, but
Yes.
I am
I was
more
gonna
likely
say.
to win that game.
Right. Because if you
You're more likely to keep it competitive, Jamie.
Exactly.
You're not going to win, but, you know.
Benjo
You-
skipping one of our own Potomac teams to under 5 nationals this year in Hibbing.
in Hibbing, Minnesota,
Hibbing famous for Benjo going there later this year for under 5 nationals.
and for being Bob Dylan's, it's where Bob Dylan grew up
And then left.
and then left.
Yeah. So Hibbing,
So
Minnesota.
maybe that's from where he escaped from.
Maybe.
Fun fact, Bob Dylan and Benjo Delamente both have the initials BD.
Oh, fun fact.
Shocking.
Shocking.
The
Very
things you will
useful.
learn on our webcast.
Now, I can guarantee you that fact is well researched. and
Very
vetted.
well researched.
Yeah. Well, definitely let us know if anything's happening in the chat there. It looks like we've got people talking to us. Thank you so much. We love hearing from you.
Very tropical, Hibbing. Yeah. Hi, Mindy.
Mindy understands Hibbing. I believe she comes from a farm on Iowa. In Iowa. Well, on Iowa, I guess. If you've ever
Iowa.
been to Iowa.
I have.
I have
yeah.
been to Iowa.
I have been to. Oh gosh, I forgot. Dubuque, Iowa.
I went to Ames for my cousin's wedding.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I flew into Nebraska and then went to Iowa.
Huh. Yeah, I flew. So I had a friend who had his wedding in Dubuque. So
Ah.
I flew into Chicago, had family in Chicago, and drove up to Dubuque, Iowa.
So
apparently-
Iowa must be the wedding place.
Should
So,
be.
I mean,
It's
we
a-
both had weddings. To
It's
attend there.
a destination wedding.
Yeah.
Where
If you are part of Iowa's marketing team, just a thought, maybe start, pitching yourself as a destination for weddings.
Exactly.
All right, so this stone coming in.
Furious
they're
sweeping.
looking to
Furious.
hit and roll under, unfortunately stay exposed. So the goal there was to hit that red stone, not just remove it, but also ricochet off so that it could sit underneath
right under cover.
under the cover to make it, because right now you're watching and they're just hitting the stone and then hitting the stone out and then hitting the stone.
Yes.
Very 1970s style curling, which was extraordinarily boring. So guards in play make for a more interesting game, generally speaking.
Lovely
So-
little hit and rolls.
Piece of trivia from Mindy. One of the first states to actually legalize same-sex marriage was Iowa.
Go
Oh.
Iowa.
Thank you, Mindy.
Interesting. So if on sheet B, if both teams continue trading hits, we might be heading for a force.
And it looks like they might get a bit of a roll off of this one.
Yeah,
Well done.
there we
Shen with the call,
go.
roll towards, and then whoa, whoa, whoa. So
Stop, stop, stop.
it will either be a force or a steal at this point. I don't think we're. Well, the double is there. The
Yeah.
blank
It
is
is
still
there.
possible.
I think hit maybe 3/4 of the red gets both.
Yeah.
Chris Farmer is an expert on blanking ends as he interned early in his career at a blanks factory where they created ammunition without the bullets. So he should be naturally ready to throw this blank.
Yeah, one of the. So when I was a first year, maybe, or a second year here at Potomac, Chris Farmer and Cody Johnson and their team won Fling It.
Oh,
And they slid a couch on the ice when they won, and they just like had the time of their life.
we as a club had a couple of, as I'm sure many clubs that look like Grandma's Basement do, a couple of old leather couches, church basement, and they have since departed, and the consensus is that it opens the room up quite a bit.
I do miss them though.
After a long day or a brutal 6 ends, flopping down on those couches was comfortable. But I
And
think
amazingly, we do have several club members who actually do commute quite a distance to come. So
on couches actually,
On
which do not
couches?
get good mileage, but you know,
well, you know, if
It's
we,
a comfortable ride.
If we had the couches, it would be nice for them to be able to, you know, chill out.
chill out at the ice shed.
Yeah, I heard from the grapevine that when the couches were still here, Friday late people would sometimes flop onto those couches after a long night of merrymaking.
I believe it. Better than driving
That's
after a long
true.
night of merrymaking. Over on A, I think we're coming down to. Oh, we're still on skip stones. And on A, yellow is definitely shot under some guard, but there are options for Ken, and I believe that's Rachel Rudinger. Over on C, we've got a packed yellow house, and I
Yes.
believe who is yellow on sheet C?
So yellow is Team Fannon.
Fannon.
Team Fannon with Jim and Mary Fannon, Tim Fagan, and Joe Soroka.
And then on B, as we predicted, yellow is getting forced to take their single point.
So Chris Farmer looking for the straight draw to touch the 4-foot red circle.
Okay, sweepers
Oh,
on it
lots of
early might
sweeping.
be
Yeah, it's looking like from my perspective.
might be a
kinda
bit
light.
down.
And
Looking better.
Chris Farmer
Yeah.
glowering at the stone. That does help in
Looking
scientific
better.
studies. Glowering has improved stone depth by
Yeah.
1 to 2 feet. That's not going to make it.
No,
Full blue
Valiant
cuts
it's
them
gonna
to
be a
one.
steal.
Cuts
of
them down to
2
1.
Cuts
for,
them down to one.
Yeah. So
for
a
Broom service.
deal of 1 keeps the game interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not that it's ever not. Can we cut to C? We've got some skip stones
Yep.
over on C and a packed yellow house. And it looks like Team Fannon is looking to guard and improve their position. Yeah, and it looks like Mary Fannon just saying, yeah, cover it up. Don't give them the options. One of the things I do hear a lot when playing with Benjo on Wednesday nights is you can't protect everything, so you got to prioritize.
Yeah. So if your opponent has a couple of shots to score, protect the easier one and make them force them to make the harder shot. And if they make the shot, they deserve it. They deserve the point.
That's one of the things I really like about curling is that, this is only my second year, but, the spirit of curling really does exist. And it's exciting when your team makes a good shot, but it's also exciting when the other team makes a good shot. You have to give them kudos for that.
Yeah.
Make it as hard as you can, but if they can pull it out, you got to give them credit.
I have cheered opponents harder than I've cheered myself some games when you set up the end perfectly. You put someone in the untenable position that he's got to throw this circus shot. The clowns are running onto the ice, dancing around, and they make the crazy shot that they'd never make. And you go, that was good. Nice shot. And then you go in and cry into your bed. All right.
So, then you just work harder next time.
Yep. So over on C, we still see it. Yeah. That guard was placed expertly to force them into a difficult shot. We can see the guards. So there are draws there for red. The goal for red here is to just touch red paint, as I frequently hear it. And if nothing else, mitigate the damage.
The red team is from a sister club, Loudoun. They have arena ice. I got to play with them yesterday. Really great group of folks.
Yep, and that's skipped by Donna Meek.
Yeah.
With Allison Vannan, Lindsay Huusko, and Sam Richard.
So the guard did what it was supposed to. It clogged it up, and that is a steal of 4 yellow for
Team
Fannon there. So well done.
Big end, and that takes the score to 7-0 on sheet C.
So we have a question on the chat, by the way. So is the game on sheet B a C event game, or is it a B event game?
That is a wonderful question. I'm going to take my headset off and run over to the board now.
Okay, so we are on that. Kate, give us a minute or so.
Please stand by.
Yeah, I
The next caller will get to you as quickly as possible.
Right. I think it might be a C game, but I may be
I think
wrong.
so as well.
Yeah.
But we will definitely confirm that. Because while Benjo is extremely wise, he's not always correct.
That's true. No one is always correct.
Exactly.
So we have Jamie with the answer.
So, Jen, you know what a pirate's favorite letter is?
R.
You'd think so, but his true love is the C.
Which
is to say this is a C event game.
All right, so
well
sheet
done.
B is the C event, as per Cody's. All right, so
Thank
C
you for
event.
the question.
Thank
you for chatting with us. Keep them coming.
Yeah, keep us entertained. Not that curling is not entertaining. Over on A, if we can cut to it, we have a skips stone, hammer shot. Red looks like it's sitting 2, and yellow trying to either cut them down or sitting 1, according to the intern Jay Dizzle. And looks like they are trying to hit and roll in to pop that one out. Sweeping hard on it.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like it's over curling. Sheet A.
Oh, flash.
Sheet A likes to eat rocks on the wall side.
Yes.
If you're
So for those of you who haven't been to our curling club, sheet A is closest to the outside. It's the outside of the building. And then sheet D, which is on the opposite end, is connected to the hockey rinks. So sheet A is definitely impacted more by the environment than the rest of the sheets.
And it is an endless struggle, and many thanks to all of the volunteers who do ice at this club, as well as all the other volunteers, especially this weekend. Actually, now's a good time to just thank our volunteers.
Definitely.
In the kitchen, keeping us all fed. To toot our own horn, Potomac Curling Club is famous for our food. You come to curl here, we will leave you well fed and happy. So thank you to the kitchen staff that makes that happen. Thank you to the bar staff that keeps us, well, happy. Thank you to all the
Dehydrated.
ice crew. Yeah, all the ice crew who makes these sheets just amazing to play on. We have some of the best ice on the East Coast. I will absolutely boast about that. To the warm room crowd who just keeps things moving. Who else have we? Who else do we need to thank?
All the great cooks that brought baked goods. from
Oh, the
home.
baked good
Yes.
volunteers. Yeah.
Yes.
And thank you to, Benjo, Todd, and Jen for putting on the show with us.
Of course.
It's like we had a free zone card violation.
Yeah,
Oh.
we have a.
Oh. JB, why don't you explain to everybody what the free guard
No,
zone
thank
is?
you. No. So we alluded to boring 70s and 80s curling, and what would happen is they got so good that if I was playing Benjo in the 80s, I'm rocking my mullet, he's in denim top to bottom, and I throw a stone in the house, or not, in play, he hits it, sticks around. I hit his, stick around. He hits mine, stick around. And we do this for 12 ends. 8 stones an end.
Boring.
I'm not going to do that math. It's a big number. What winds up happening is you'd play 12 ends, 2.5 hours of curling, and it would be 1-0, and whoever won the coin flip, more often than not, just won the game. So what they did, they said, this is boring, and it kind of sucks. We're going to allow you to throw 3 stones for free that your opponent can't touch. And what it means is, if you look at the rectangle of the play area between the 2 red lines, and the blue line and the black line, that is the play area. If you're in that play area outside the house, above the house, I can't touch your stone.
That is the guard zone.
That is the free guard zone, and it's called that because I get a free guard, or 2. That turned out not to be enough, so they eventually brought it up to 5 recently.
Yeah.
Which means that the first 5 stones, if they're in that free guard zone, you can't remove them from play. You can move them. You can put them into the house and then remove them from play. But what essentially the rule is if a stone is in the free guard zone in the first 5 rocks, if Benjo removes my free guard, I get to put it back and his stone comes out of play, which winds up being kind of a big advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it leads to much more fun curling because if Benjo puts a guard in and puts one behind it, now I'm trying to remove that guard to get to his stone. I can't just hit it. I've got to work on it.
Yeah, it brings more rocks into play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although so from what I understand, it actually wasn't the free guard violation. It was just a wrong color.
Oh, that makes more sense because they were shepherding a red rock up the ice.
So they threw the wrong color, and if that happens, you just replace the stone with the proper colored stone.
Yep. Easy.
And I won't admit to having ever done that.
No.
Totally done that.
Yeah, and then a quick trivia about the free guard zone. So it used to be called the Moncton rule from Moncton, New Brunswick. And for a long time, Canada had the 3-rock rule, while the rest of the world had the 4-rock rule.
Ooh.
Canadians are odd.
Right. So, and then in 2018, after the previous, after the Olympic quadrennial cycle, they transitioned from the 4-rock rule into the 5-rock rule. But as Jamie said, one of the biggest advantages of having the free guard zone and the 5-rock rule is that it makes things a bit more exciting and prevents teams from just hitting out each other's stones, and that would be a very, very boring game.
And one more shout out to we're kind of covering for him today, but our own Alan McNeil has been diligently commentating this whole weekend, and I've watched him here. He actually commentated me earlier, and I've yet to watch all of the nice things I'm sure he said about me and my throws. But yeah, one more thank you just to all the volunteers who come, who just make this happen, because it is an all-volunteer club. We don't pay anyone to do any of the work around the club, and it is...
When you don't get paid? I'm just kidding. I don't get paid either.
You know, there was that envelope with my name on it, but I just kept throwing them out. I thought it was spam. Damn.
Well, know, I mean, and it's everything from the technical aspect of ice prep to just sweeping and vacuuming the floors.
Oh, yeah. And also, just one more, just because I'm, feeling that everybody needs that shout out. Ken Clark actually designed and built the system that we're broadcasting today with from the ground up, donating endless time and material to programming and building and getting up on a 15-foot ladder on an ice sheet.
Terrifies me.
Which I will do many things. I've had adventures, but I'm not doing that. So, giant shout out to Ken Clark for this.
And actually, Ken is actually playing right now. He's over on sheet A
in his trademark yellow shirt. He actually hunted down and skinned a big bird for this.
That is not true.
It is absolutely true. He went to Sesame Street.
Ken is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. He would never hurt Big Bird. Don't believe Jamie.
I may not be telling the truth.
So on sheet B, we had a very good draw to the 4-foot, sort of keep the 3 yellows in a straight line, make them harder to remove. And Jen will attempt to do so anyway. And there is a possibility of a double.
Yeah. If you come just left of nose and take that lead stone across the top, is the triple there if she can put the weight on it?
Oh.
It possibly could be there.
That would be really tough.
Oh, and she hucked that. So if she hits that stone, there's going to be some granite moving. And
so Julie
looks
trying
like
to
Julie
carve it.
Yeager
We
is.
are blowing stuff up.
All right, very frantic, looks close.
Oh, it's curling.
It over-curled.
Oh.
Julie Yeager, just so strong a sweeper, she actually changed the trajectory of that rock.
Or it might have picked up something. I didn't see how much it banked at the end.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah,
looked like
it
it picked
dove.
that.
It
dove.
looked like, because they seem puzzled by the line.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would guess that it picked up something.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but it does happen in curling.
Yep.
And it kind of sucks to be on the bad end of things like that, but things do average out, and on other times you will be on the on the better side of things.
Yeah. And for new and prospective curlers, one of the things we drill on, and exactly this, it's such a hard game. You're trying to hit inches across 100 feet and more, and to have a piece of rubber the size of the head of a pin ruin your throw is frustrating and disappointing. So when we harp on clean your stone, clean the ice, clean, it's because we hate to see a good shot spoiled by a pick like that. So if you ever come to the curling club, just take that extra second and, make sure you're not dripping stuff.
And we
Tie up
do
your
welcome
hair.
everybody to the curling club.
Yes.
We have lots of events for people who are interested in curling, who want to try it, see if it might be their jam. That's how I got into it.
So what events do we have? What should we shout out? We do Saturday morning.
We have, for prospective new curlers, we have the Learn to Curls.
We do. We do
We
a
have
few a year.
Yes, and those are 3-hour, I think, sessions where you learn how to slide, you learn how to sweep, and you get to play a little. And then we have the open house, which I think is an hour of instruction. Those are usually twice a year, in the spring and then in the fall. And then we also have, as Jamie mentioned, the Saturday morning where it's a lot of times it's practice time, so it's for members, and it's we have slots open for up to 12 guests, and it's a nominal fee that you pay. We give you a full breakfast. You get to
Do we ever?
You get to come early. You get some instructions. You get to learn about curling and what's going on. And then we feed you, get your energy levels up, and then we make you go throw a good 4 to 6 ends.
Yeah,
with,
we throw you right in it.
And you're paired up with members, so you have people to help you along the way. So.
And these members have, in some cases, over a year of curling experience.
I know, it's amazing.
And if you come from the Lancaster area, Pennsylvania, just be warned, we do serve scrapple on Saturday mornings. So if you want what was left after the hot dogs.
So on sheet B, Chris with an excellent opportunity for a four-ender.
Oh, wow.
They're sweeping it early.
It's moving a lot, but I
They're
think
sweeping
they're on it.
furiously.
It
Yeah.
looks a
Oh,
little light.
okay.
So I
the
think
vice
it
is
might.
coming out.
Yeah, I think it might overcurl.
Oh, yeah. They're not
no.
going to make it. Oh, and they're actually going to.
Yeah, hammer for one. So
Oh, they actually moved that red rock so that it's out counting.
needed a little more weight.
Their other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that line, so like throughout the weekend, that like inside out line just really curls a lot.
Yeah.
I think with most, apparently like in other clubs as well, that's the
And
case.
it's also been a little bit slower. It's been like frosty, so it's not.
Right, it's used less than
Yeah, you
your.
have to throw it heavier.
Right.
And Benjo referring to the ice is not perfect as much as we try to make it. You know, in an ideal world, it is uniform, it is perfect, it is a sheet of glass with perfect pebble all over the place. The ice has a personality, and part of skipping and part of being good at any aspect of the game is learning the little tendencies that ice has, because tiny imperfections lead to big swings.
So it looks like something exciting happened on C. Benjo, did you see that? Or
There was I believe, a takeout attempt.
A takeout?
And knocked Red into shot position. So
Okay, so
This is
red
hammer.
with hammer.
Yeah,
the
Hammer's
Loudoun
coming
team
down
is
the
now
ice.
drawing for their second point.
And they're trying to get around a lot of guards. by
And
the
this
look
looks
of
a bit tight.
Yeah,
It looks a bit tight.
it looks like it might
And
just
I
crash.
think it's going to crash. But they do score their single point, and they are on the board.
oh, that's wonderful.
And the crowd goes
And
wild.
the crowd goes
Way
wild.
to go, Loudoun Rocks.
So Kate Clough asks on the chat, sorry to ask something so specific, but what sheet or team is JD on?
What
And
sheet is JD on?
I can tell you
JD's.
that,
JD
JD is on
is-
my team.
And
I'm Todd
he
Privet.
is sitting next to
JD
right
is on the chair beside me. JD is the intern of this wonderful broadcast. And he's watching Maddy very intently,
now. When do you guys play next, Todd?
supporting his
Play
partner.
tonight at 8:30.
At 8:30?
Team-
Okay,
the
so
team is called Crab Beignets.
Yeah,
Crab
so-
Benedict, rather.
Crab
yeah,
Benedict.
so come back and you can watch JD on the ice.
And JD kindly substituted for one of our players who unfortunately became a little ill just before the match.
Oh,
So
We've
well,
had
we've had a lot of great Potomac members who have stepped up for not only Potomac teams but other teams who have had illnesses or emergencies where a team member had to be missing. So that's really in the spirit of curling as well.
It absolutely is.
Helping
Jump
each
in.
other out.
Yep. You can play with three. It's you know,
Exhausting.
It's exhausting. You wind up throwing 50% more stones if you're in the front end. And
But you do get your cardio in.
you do get your cardio. Yeah, you get all your steps. Over on sheet A, we have the penultimate two-hammer stone. Yellow is throwing. I cannot see the far end, but it looks like yellow is sitting possibly one. So it looks like he's just going to try to drop it on the top of the house. And with an open house, the shot here is just shrink the scoring circle. Make the skips shot a little harder on the other team. So they're sweeping that in, and it looks like he'll succeed, and he'll sit, not quite where it needs to be, I think. But it does guard. It takes away the easy draw, but the draw still is there, probably for one or two for, let's see here, Team Mantia.
So on sheet B, a draw, an attempt to freeze just falls a bit short, but it's not in a terrible spot. It serves sort of a guard of sorts, and
Yeah, it
guards
looks like it's a little protected.
Yeah. And I apologize, it is Ken Clark on sheet A with the hammer. looking to draw for at least one and increase his lead. So it looks like a good end on sheet B here. Starting to set up interestingly.
Yep, it's a good setup. Rocks in play, a couple of guards going on there. And red Broom service is trying to beat yellow to the 4 foot. And just falls a bit short.
Not a bad guard though. I mean, since red is sitting. And red has hammer or yellow has hammer?
It does block the path for their second point though, so it could be a problem
Red
rock
has
later on for red.
Yeah.
Chris now looking at the run. It's definitely there.
Looks like that's what he's going for.
I'm not sure if the Broom is for the run though.
It looks jammy. I mean, if you run that yellow back.
It will jam, right? But at this point, I think the yellow's just hurting them. Their one yellow's just hurting them at the back 4.
Yeah. So they don't love it. And it looks light for the run back.
Yeah, so
it looks like he's going to tick and clear.
Right. I think this will just open up stuff. Okay. Not too bad.
Sits another stone in the house.
Oh, so the red is guarded pretty well.
Yeah.
So whoever gets there first will be at an advantage. And that is exactly what Julie's trying with her shot right now. Sweepers seem to
Raising the hand saying no.
think it's a bit hot.
Little hot, little outside.
All right, they're
And
trying
there
to
they're on it.
sweep.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for plan B here and roll off that yellow.
And
They will. Oh, and nudge. Wow.
Ooh,
Not
nice.
bad.
Good plan B.
Not a bad
Yeah.
plan B.
not bad. They're sitting 2 at the moment.
Yeah.
Guarded behind centers. And Chris is just going to try to beat them to center again.
Yeah.
So
So
for
what you
those
can
of you
see-
new to
go ahead.
curling, you know, you often have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
I play all the way to Q. I will occasionally say, I'm just going to throw it and see what happens.
Sometimes it's
It doesn't work. It never works.
So we
it's
have a
always
comment.
fun.
So we have a comment on the chat that playing with 3 isn't always tiring because the skip isn't tired.
Is that
even
Mindy?
when playing with 3. Yeah, comment there from Dave Zimmerman from
Oh,
Curling
Zim.
Club of Virginia.
Zim and I actually have a bet. We were chatting earlier this year.
Yeah.
Totally relevant fact. And we said, oh, you're playing at a big Spiel out in Minneapolis. And I said, oh, yeah. He said, are you playing in Potomac at Brunch? I said, yeah. And we listed 6 or 7 Spiels that we're all both going to be at.
Wow.
So he said, cool, win-loss record, $20, and a shot of gasoline, Malort, to the loser.
So have you settled that score yet?
No,
yet.
we're in Spiel 2 of 6 right now.
Oh, it's
Wow.
pretty early on.
It
then.
is early. Zim has a lead of 2 games on me, thanks to hitting the circus show at Big Spiel in Minneapolis. But we have a few Spiels left to go, and that shiny $20 bill will be mine.
Oh, he
You
says
heard it
hi,
here
by the way.
first.
He says hi on the chat. Okay, so red. So Paul's rod appears to be a bit heavy.
Yeah, Jen waving that way off.
Hey, don't touch it.
The brakes are stopping it, and it actually
Oh,
Very
Nice.
nice. And a
spot.
quick JD update. JD is currently peering through the window, watching play, waving at Maddy, who is totally ignoring him, as she does.
Well, she's also on the other end of the.
Well, she is, but she is also stone cold.
Oh yeah, she's totally into the game, man.
Stone cold Maddy. That's how she goes in this club.
Okay, so third Dan is going to try to take out maybe at least one of those.
Yeah.
Or is he drawing?
It
I
looks
didn't
like
see
draw
the
weight.
Broom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
And he
draw
can park,
weight.
right? That shot to the button is still there.
Unfortunately, Paul's
And unfortunately,
Right, so red's still sitting 3.
yes.
so if I'm red, I'm just guarding that up.
And
Yeah.
that's exactly
Plug up
what,
the hole.
Yeah. I think that's what exactly they're calling.
What do you mean by plugging the hole, Jen?
Yeah, Jen, what does plugging the hole mean?
Dear
My-
YouTube, please don't demonetize us.
My goodness.
This is a PG-13 statement. But what does that mean?
So when you're curling, there are different paths you can take to get into the house or to put your rock in a certain place. And when you're plugging up a hole, you're kind of plugging up a path. So you want to put a rock in the way of the opponent so that they can't make an easier draw into wherever they want to draw to.
Every move.
Very
something.
beautifully said.
Yeah, very well put. And Jen is one of our Saturday morning, former Saturday morning, now instructor and member. This shot looking a little hot. I see Jen waving.
is waving them off.
No, never, never, never. It might actually come through that
Oh
my
hole
gosh,
if
if
they
it-
sweep it.
If it
I mean,
comes through that hole,
no,
that
just nibbled the
Oh.
yellow stone, but
It's sitting
It plugged
landed
the
for
hole.
yeah, it plugged the
It
hole
did
and
plug the
sits
hole.
for 4. So red plugging the hole.
and is scoring right now.
Yeah, a little
So
deeper than they intended, but
Wow.
yeah, they're
That's
sitting.
actually a pretty good result.
Again, not a bad plan B. If it were me, I would love it a bit higher because I know Chris can throw the weight
yeah.
when he's throwing hits. Heavy is not Chris weight, by the way. So he can get in there and move some granite.
Yeah.
The double is there, the triple maybe. If he noses that, Benjo.
Yeah, they are definitely taking their time to consider the angles and the options.
Yeah,
and
it's a tricky. I mean,
there's
they
a
might get
lot in
2
the house.
if they nose it, but it's a very, very small court to pass through to nose that red on the top 4 foot. And meanwhile on C, I'm not sure if our viewers heard, but the crowd again went wild on sheet C because of beautiful hit by Loudoun Country Club, curling club team. Sorry.
They may have a country club. I don't think
They
our-
may, yeah, very well do.
Golf and curling, though, both they're cousins, I think might be the best way to put it. Both Scottish sports, both many country clubs around America have curling clubs attached, adjacent, associated. Ardsley, no, not Ardsley.
It's not art. I think Ardsley
Ardsley,
does.
yeah.
Ardsley does.
Yeah, so they dropped that
TCC
one
has
just in the
the
top of
curling
the
club.
12 there. So
Famous for telling, Tom Brady that he is not welcome.
okay, yeah. Chris has thrown
So
like
here-
Chris's rock coming
gusto
in.
weight.
He's got
Okay.
the weight. He's a little narrow.
Oh no!
And
He just knocked his
just
own yellow
misses it,
rocks
so-
out, and
Steal of 4 by Broom service.
no, they're
Oh,
not
not
done
yet,
yet.
not yet.
Wow.
That was only the first skip rock.
I'm way ahead of
We
myself.
got a long way
we
to
got,
go.
This is, yeah. I'll buckle in. Let's go.
Yeah. Jennifer's gonna head down and
Flipping her pink gripper back.
So Bacon leg still in trouble. Jen is just going to try to prevent that shot from happening again.
hopefully throw up another guard to block the path.
Yeah. And the draw. Do you see the draw on the right side there, Benjo?
Which sheet?
I think Jamie was referring to B, drawing around
Oh,
on
to
the
B? Oh, okay.
outside
It's
to the
there.
4 foot.
Yeah, I think it's there.
It would have to curl a lot.
Yeah. I mean, if Chris gets one buried there, they could actually just force the...
But they're coming
the
around the
opposing
other
team.
side, and looks like guard weight.
That looks a little narrow. I don't think that's going to guard the way
Yeah.
they want it to,
No,
and
it's-
leave the
it's-
hit
it's pulling
and
toward the
blow
center.
things up option.
Yeah. No,
It's
so I think
definitely pulling toward the center.
Oh, and
Yeah,
so
it's
what
a-
you might have heard from
Oh.
the ambient mic was Jen yelling, "Rub the red, rub the red," and it was get that to bounce off the red and come back out. So if it over curls, you can ricochet it off, and that winds up being a perfect guard.
Yeah. So this is the draw that we've been talking about. I think this could be yellow's out, or meaning this is the way they get out of giving up a big end, is to try to draw behind some of those off-center guards. And if they make it pretty well, they might actually be able to force red team. But they're also looking at some other options.
Chris, I think just exploring the options. So he has 2 stones left, right? Nope. Just
No,
this
this
is hammer.
is
That's the one.
stone, yeah.
Or not a hammer, but his
No,
last
he,
stone.
yeah, he doesn't have hammer this go around.
Oh, this is.
I don't like this.
He's looking at that tight hit between those 2 reds.
Yeah, I do not like this at all.
I think most likely it just spills out on the right side.
Right. I feel like the top of the house is a bit too busy.
Yeah.
And so many bad things could happen.
Yeah. What do you think about running back that red guard that Jen just threw onto the yellow to move a bunch of stones? Like, that yellow will stick.
That's there too. I think the red on the top 4 will jam. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So I think the if you do run that that red into the yellow, I think the most they could take out is just 1.
That's fair. Looks like they're lining up. Also, we did have the Loudoun cheering squad ring the bell for a what looked like it might have been a nice hit.
It was a beautiful hit.
And while Chris is thinking on sheet B, looks like sheet C is also down to the last stone. So we'll bounce back and forth, but keep an eye on C as we go.
Yeah, so on C, so we have C on the screen. Jim is drawing for his 4th point to bring their team up to 11.
Very nice.
So back on sheet B, I think
What is this call?
I'm not sure. It's either the run or the tap.
Call
They
was
said
normal. They're
normal?
sweeping immediately. They're off it immediately.
Yeah,
It's
this
floating
looks
out a little
really
bit.
wide. Yeah. Yeah, I did not like this call.
And we're going to watch that come in.
That is,
And might, So my worst case there, if that didn't hit that guard, I saw promoting their red for 5.
Yeah.
I did too.
So right now Jen is going to be throwing for that 5, and all she has to do is, as they say on Wednesdays, just touch red paint.
Touch red. Yeah. I think like the best shot would have been just to try to draw, try to at least cut them down to
Yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
of points.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're playing this game, you end up in damage control mode. It's like,
Yep.
how can I prevent them from getting a really huge end?
And again, if your opponent only gets 1, you've done well that end.
Exactly. So if you do not have the hammer, that is the objective. And a bonus scenario would be to actually score when you do not have the hammer.
Yeah.
And Jen's draw
Looks a little hot.
looks a little hot. Might put on the brakes.
No, that's coming through.
Yeah, that's through.
It's stopping, but not in time.
Almost. So that's 4-4 Broom service.
So it's 4
Nice
big
end
points.
for them.
Yeah.
And can we bring up the score update on all 4 sheets, Jen?
All right. So let's do
Just check in all around the world.
all right. So Jen, what do we have?
Oh, trying to see here. Can we go to all sheets real quick, Todd? And give everybody a score update there. Yeah. So,
I've only updated B on the 4th end, so I need to know what the other scores are.
yeah.
Okay.
So we have
So-
yellow team Mantia ahead of Kim beat us, but not join us. Is that
Yeah.
their whole team name? On sheet A. So,
So up 3-1.
yep.
So a tight game.
Broom service, we just saw them go up 6-1 over Bacon and Legs. Team Fannon is ahead of Loudoun Rocks Reloaded, 7-1.
Yeah, I think they I think they scored 4, was it? I wasn't sure. So I think there might be 11.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we'll get you a score update on sheet C as soon as they post it there. And you can't handle this on sheet D is ahead of Cocoa Pebbles. 4-1.
And as we get further on in the brackets, teams are better matched generally. So we're starting to see some really tight games.
Yeah.
I think we're looking, we've got a couple of early rocks on B and C, but we've got a couple of skip stones or final stones on A and D. So over on A, it looks like yellow's sitting 1, and Ken Clark throwing to try to salvage that force. Are we able to see A? We are.
Okay, so we have all 4 sheets currently on screen, and Ken delivering his hammer.
Yeah, but the house is a little wonky for sheet A. Can't see the whole house.
Well, we'll radio broadcast this.
Yes.
It's
Sweeping
looking
hard,
good.
it looks like it, if it gets past that guard.
Yeah, they do have backing. So
And I'm right off, and Ken with a beauty shot. Hopefully doesn't.
Oh my
Does it
God.
put on the brakes?
Oh no, oh no.
No, it does. It does.
Oh.
It looks like he made it. Yeah, and
that is
they
Mantia
just
touching a stone to
announced
indicate
that-
All right.
Ken Clark with
Good
the
shot.
Well
Ken.
done, Ken.
bailout shot. I was nervous. And then over on D, we've got one more hammer shot with yellow sitting 1.
And D just trying an angle raise to take out the red. And if they make this, it's for 2.
That's a hard shot on any sheet on D.
That's true.
The edge sheets on any club tend to act weirdly. And that's going to be a tough shot, so
Yeah.
I'd love to see him make this.
They just have to be careful on D, because if they knock theirs out, they're giving up a score of 3. So we'll see. All right, so here he comes.
Got
we
some
have-
good weight.
Sweepers like it. I hear gotta move, which generally indicates that it's a little wide. And then there's the
Okay,
sweep,
so here they go.
and they're playing off of, their guard to tap
Oh.
back. And did it move
Oh,
enough?
no.
Steal of 1 on
Oh,
sheet
and
D,
they're-
and
and
they
they
are
are-
shaking.
Are they? I don't think they're shaking. They just,
No, I saw some fist bumps.
Yeah,
Nope,
that's
just
just a
a,
fist
Oh,
bump,
that-
just like
that
a good
was-
try.
I was a little
Oh,
confused.
okay.
That's
I was
not a
too. I
big
was like,
end, and it's
Jamie
only the
sending
fourth.
the game on D.
I'm going home, y'all. Have a
prematurely.
good afternoon.
I'm the one who said it first because
Oh, you did?
because yeah, I saw them fist bumping and I was
Right.
like, and then I was like, wait a minute, it's only the 4th end. How
Yeah.
can they be calling it?
As
Yeah.
always with the Benjo Jamie broadcast, we do not fact check. All evidence is presented immediately and fatuously.
Yeah, it was a good try. It was a good try.
No,
They almost did.
it was a very good try, and
Yeah.
that is what the fist pump was for. Now that we realize that,
So, bringing us back to B, we have a house full of red stones.
So B,
No,
And
they
I'm
just
going to
have
ask
one.
Andy
Yeah.
to press the button, if he would, to bring my view to the far end.
yeah,
Thank you
so
very
B
much.
trying to clear the center guards. So Chris not liking the current setup and trying to clear up the center. Takes out
no,
one
it's
off
biting.
the center.
Oh, and actually, yeah,
It's
the
biting.
red one is
It is
biting, on the
biting,
back.
but it at least reduces the number of guards
Yeah.
in the center.
So, fun fact, our own Benjo Delamente occasionally teaches strategy in our Monday developmental clinic. And one of the things he teaches is when to peel the guard.
Yes.
Do you
There's
mind
this-
running through that for the crowd at home?
So it really depends. So if you have a team who can reasonably make hits and peels, then I've learned from someone that if you needed to quote unquote bail from an end, do it at the earliest possible opportunity before it gets more complicated and
Yeah.
turns more badly for your team.
Oh, that's a nice shot. They're sitting on top of their red, so
Very nice.
those are both.
And what that means,
Counting.
if they're locked together like that, it looks like they are, it is
So-
impossible to remove both of them.
Yeah, so it's unlikely that both will go. I think
Oh,
They'd
you
be
okay?
happy to take out one, at least. All right, so this is running a bit tight.
It
Trying to
is,
speed
yeah.
the
They got
line.
on it right away. It looks like they will
and I
make
think
contact.
Yeah, and it's also a bit down.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So it's gonna gear on, but not quite enough.
Yeah, Jen trying to sweep that out. You may sweep your opponent's stones only in one situation. If it is behind the horizontal line that the skip Jen is standing on, is the T line. And if it is behind the T line, you may skip your opponent's stone. But only one person per team may do that.
So on sheet C, yeah, so they are on the fifth end. Yeah, we're just waiting to confirm if it was a 3 or a 4 on the fourth end for Team Fannon.
Yeah.
And update on sheet B, Maddy has wandered off the ice, apparently with the attention span of a goldfish, and is now socializing in the warm room.
Usually when she comes in, she's getting a shot. So at least.
Fortunately,
Oh.
we have an intern today who brings shots out to the curlers.
Oh, wow. Well done, JD. Well done.
Our own Jay
I
Dizzle.
don't see him bringing us shots.
Seriously.
Man. How rude.
I think we have a Christie to bring us shots.
So on sheet B, they're putting another one in the center. So they now have
Oh,
3
wow.
rocks
And they're dragging
there.
it to try to lock that in. Yeah, that
Oh
is
my
an
gosh.
Yeah, that is a
uncomfortable
good
number of
shot.
red stones if you're yellow.
So
That's a nice little Tetris setup right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's gonna be hard to take out
Yep.
2.
It looks like they're going to try to
If red
at
manages-
least move them around.
yeah, move
It
them
gives,
around.
it gives them more options later.
So this looks like a firm
Nice
weight hit.
up weight shot.
Doesn't have a lot of rotation, so it's curling a
too
lot.
much. Yeah, that's
And they
gonna
might
Oh
just
no,
touch.
are they going to get it? Oh, they
And
moved
you
him
know
around
what?
nicely.
That's not a bad result.
They got one
Yeah.
out and they separated the two, so
Yeah, that's not a bad result, actually.
yeah.
And 4 commonly heard words at the curling club. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
We all need t-shirts. I don't hate it.
It's not the end of the world.
I hear that one a lot on Wednesday.
It's not the worst.
And the 2 words
I can live with that.
I
Yeah.
can live with that.
I've heard that one before.
from both spouses and skips, the 2 words you never want to hear, it's fine.
Too true, too true.
So I think B is just trying to guard, put some cover on the center, the way the Broom, the center red. Or they're taking out, are they? I didn't quite see the call there.
All right, so yeah, they just team room service just pile red stones in the front and center.
Yeah.
As a very new skip, it tends to be my strategy. In the absence of skill or brains, I just like to put rocks in the top center of the house, and sometimes that works for me.
Yeah, that's a very good strategy to control the center, control the top of the house. Yeah, that's a very good way to go. Just like control the center, control the top of the house. Okay, is that better?
Yes, I hear you better.
All right, all right, okay, awesome.
And it's not ideal. We do learn some dogmatic and strategic plans, but by and large, if you control the middle, you're controlling the end.
Right, that is correct. If you look at some like curling books, curling strategy books, or watch some of these videos, they would call that the control zone.
Ah, I knew there was a word for it.
Yeah. Depending on whether you have hammer or do not have hammer.
Yeah.
So red is just trying to put another one, one in, because they're currently sitting 3. Keep the pressure up on yellow.
Yeah, the pressure is definitely on for Team Bacon and Legs.
But Bacon and Legs still with options. I'm not in panic mode yet if I'm Chris Farmer, because he still has the draw.
Yeah.
4 foot is wide open.
And also still another game left. There's still 4.
Plenty of curling left to happen. And I've seen many, many crazy comebacks in this sport.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
One that comes to mind is the 2019 Scotties final. Rachel Homan versus Chelsea Carey. In Chelsea, and Homan, I think, was up 4 or 5 points. Ooh. And Chelsea just stole her way to the Scotties title.
Wow. I think I remember that one. No, I'm not even going to pretend.
I'm sitting here being like, I'm so not worthy to be sitting next to Benjo.
No. I'm just a curling geek.
He is a wealth of knowledge.
I'm just a curling geek. I watch too much curling.
Yeah.
Curling nerd in the
Yeah, curling nerd. There you go.
When Benjo and I spiel together, we hang out late at night. Instead of drinking and partying, we watch YouTube videos of curling.
You guys are nerds in the best possible way.
I was going to say, have we met?
No, and that's why I said in the best possible way.
So
Total
this
nerds.
upweight shot looks like it has a chance to
so
double out the 2 red stones
yeah,
there.
I think.
Oh.
You know what?
It's
not the worst.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
It keeps the lane open.
Yeah, the draw's there, but those 2 red rocks are protected behind the yellow and the other red.
Now at Chaska, that would have been a near triple. So not all stones are created equal, fun fact. And stones have a liveliness. Some stones, if you look at them really angrily, they'll move a lot. Other stones are filled with cheesecake. And no matter how hard you hit them, don't really go anywhere.
I tend to talk a lot to my rocks as they're going down when I'm a sweeper. And sometimes that works. And I do alternate between talking angrily to them and talking nicely to them to see if that helps.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's all psychological warfare when it comes to the rocks.
And stones are like cats. Like, they're going to do what they want to do. Fortunately, they won't shed all over the ice.
Don't we know that?
So that's a good superstition. I heard a great superstition today that was, I'm going to shut up for a second and let's watch Jen throw her last stone.
Yeah.
Because Chris has hammer. So it looks like Jen's just trying to draw up. And
yeah, so I think they're trying to put one center line, top 8 or top 4.
That's where I'd do it. Outcount that yellow if you can.
Yeah. So the only way this could go bad is if they end up back 4 and give backing to yellow.
Right.
Okay, so sweepers think this is a bit light.
Yeah, they're not sweeping very enthusiastically.
Yeah,
and now they're off
now.
it. And it's ending up as a center guard, which isn't too bad. Still gives Chris the open
line.
draw.
Yeah.
For 1.
Definitely have options.
Yeah.
Now is there a shot for 2? I don't think there is a shot for 2.
If you're going for 2, no, just the way that red and the yellow are lined up.
Or even if you run the angle, do the angle run on the corner guard on the side, I think the top red isn't going anywhere.
Okay, hypothetically,
in
Crazy Universe, if you come in like nuclear speed on the right side of that red stone and come across the top of the yellow, is there enough force in Chris Farmer's arm to actually move 120, 160 pounds of granite like that?
I don't think the red is going too far.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe with like livelier stones it could.
Yeah.
But even so, you're going to roll out and you're still going to end up with 1.
Yeah.
So why
go crazy when you
exactly
can
we
just
can
draw
just draw for 1. Exactly.
They're going to try to go left there.
And this is looking a bit tight, and they're going to crash.
He's wrecking on the guard.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh, that's
Good try.
That's
all
painful.
Right.
It was a good plan. They just couldn't execute it.
We now have a score of 8-1.
So we have 8-1 on Sheet B. Let's do a quick score recap.
Let's visit the world.
So what do we have, Jen, on on the sheets.
Well, it looks like on A, looks like we don't have it
Tied at
updated
3.
there.
We should update that score.
Yeah, so it's tied right now, 3-3.
There it goes.
On sheet A, it's 3-3.
On sheet B, as we know, it is 8-1.
Yep, 8-1. Broom service versus bacon and legs. Did they update sheet C?
No,
it doesn't look like they-
it's a bundle.
So in curling, I'm guessing that they have just stopped hanging the score. Oh, this is the 4th end.
No, it's the 6th.
Is
end.
it the 6th? Okay, so
Yeah.
that indicates that yellow has gone,
Yeah.
taken such a lead. The polite thing to do is not hang the
Yeah,
score.
so they're just playing it out. It's always good to get practice in.
and
So
fun.
it looks like Team Fannon has a pretty strong lead over Loudoun Rocks Reloaded. And then on sheet D, it's 4-2 now versus
So
Cocoa Pebbles
tight game.
is has 2. You can't handle this. Has 4. So yeah, except for sheet C, it looks like we've got some pretty tight matches here, which is always exciting. Well, it looks like, yeah, sheet B is kind of running away a little bit, Broom service, but
Yeah, it's still there. I think we need a big
Yeah.
end by bacon and legs.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I know Chris Farmer is capable of throwing
Yeah.
that. So
As Benjo has said, it's not over until it's over, and I believe that very much about baseball. I get very angry when people leave in the middle of baseball games, but that's just my personal feeling.
and a well-placed stone by bacon and legs under the guard.
Yeah.
All right, and over on A, we've got skip stones, so Ken throwing his final.
Ken!
And it's a tight game. They are playing.
They are tied.
And lots of rocks in play. Every end I've looked over,
Yeah.
it's 14, 15 rocks.
It's crazy.
In the house, in the playing area.
It's crazy out there.
So let's see. Looks like
Oh.
yellow is sitting 2, so Ken's going to have to move some granite or get in on that 4-foot.
Yeah.
And that stone coming down. Let's see what it does.
Should be coming into view there.
Yeah, sweeper's working hard. Looks a little light. Looks way light. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Looks like you're not going to see it on the screen there. It's
So Team Mancha throwing
the
for
red rock just
for
came into view.
3.
It is a
Yeah.
guard.
yeah.
So on sheet A, Team Mantia is throwing for the 3rd point.
And really just can follow, use the line and weight that Ken threw to guide their own stone.
Yeah.
And on sheet B, a bit of a bad
Ooh.
miss. Because they now are facing 2 center guards, which they definitely do not like
Yeah.
with hammer.
But after they throw this rock, then they can start knocking the guards out if they don't want them there, correct?
Yes.
This will be the 5th rock being thrown.
They like. No, they
Escorting
don't like
that
the weight.
down.
They're pushing hard, according to Paul.
Yep.
And I think that's
It's looking
actually going to do
good.
it. Yeah, drag that
Yeah.
in, and that's going to come into a playable position.
Yeah, that looks.
Oh,
yeah, that's
nice.
in a good
Skip
spot.
jumping in to help, but yeah, I know
Oh
that.
my gosh, look at that
Yeah.
nice little lineup of rocks there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if it's not shot, it shrinks the scoring area and makes it difficult for yellow to score multiple points. So it's still in a pretty good spot. Now yellow is going to try to get another one in there.
And the call on sheet C. If you hear that, sweep it, sweep it, sweep it for line.
Oh.
One of my favorite songs. And it did remove that yellow stone.
That was a pretty nice shot.
And back on sheet B, they are pounding the ice to try
Oh
to
my
drag that
gosh.
into place.
Yeah,
That
I
is
think-
furious sweeping.
Yeah, I think it's a slower path and just a
Yeah.
bit wide. So I would guess red is just going to try to take this out because they can play defense at this moment. And that is, I think, what they're going to do.
Yeah. And in curling, defense means throwing the rock really hard at other people's rocks, which is a little counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But in this case, think of defense as, you know, the 90s football, keeping the score low.
Oh, lots of sweeping.
Red Sweeper's trying to keep
Lots of
things,
sweeping.
and they will flop
Hit,
a bit
roll
in.
in. They're gonna roll.
Oh, little extra
Just
on
hit it
that,
too
but
thinly.
Rolled
you
a
know
little
what?
farther than they probably wanted, but
it gets the stone out and puts another red
Yeah.
stone in the house.
Yeah.
yeah.
Still a bit scary for yellow.
Yeah.
It looks like a very lonely yellow stone in the house.
All right, Maddy throwing.
Let's go, Maddy.
Okay, this looks it's curling
super
early.
Yeah. Yeah. This one, they're going to really work hard to get it around the guard. But
They've got plenty around.
no, you're right. You're right.
They got plenty
Unfortunately, it's
around.
going to bump that red
Yeah.
one back. Fortunately, it gives them something to hit.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, that might not matter.
That's
Yeah,
like
so
a
they're
nice
just-
little lineup there.
They're just gonna try to block that that open yellow.
Yeah. And if I'm red, I don't mind giving up one.
That's correct.
Just fill the guard, or fill the
even
center.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the Benjo strategy clinic, one of the main things he said was, "What's the point of your end? What's your goal?"
What's the goal exactly?
And if I'm red, this end is don't give up a big end,
exactly.
which means I'm going to fill the house up, and I don't care as long as there's only one or two shots either way. See, I do listen to you, despite what you think on Wednesdays.
I know you listen. I haven't said anything
Ooh.
to the contrary.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So red on B. It's gonna try to put something in front of the yellow.
And they're dragging
it's
that
a bit-
down. It's a little wide.
It's a bit wide. So I think that will still be accessible.
Yeah. So what's the shot for yellow here?
What's the shot for yellow?
Like if you could nose that top yellow with weight.
So from the screen here on Todd's screen, I think you could nose that yellow, run and run it into the red.
Yeah.
The very top guard.
Yeah, and then the yellow jams onto the back red, and then the red gets kicked out.
Yeah.
So I think that so that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So
Red
that's-
stones
Just do
go
the
away.
complete nose,
Right.
nose hit.
So best case scenario, they could end up sitting 2.
Yeah. And folks, if you're paying half attention, now's the time to pay attention. Because if he makes this shot, it will be in a very, very neat
Okay, I
thing to
think
see.
it's
little light.
And
line. It's gonna hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit the red guard.
get it out of the way. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the worst. It opens up,
Yeah.
makes it easier,
And yeah,
and they're just gonna
Jen
put it
wasting
back.
no
Yeah.
time in saying, put a
Put
guard up.
it back.
Yeah. That's because it's definitely there.
Oh, for
The
sure.
the angles are
Yeah.
pretty favorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of times when you're curling, it's like put it back, take it
Yeah.
out, put it
And
back.
if
take
you're in a
it out.
position where you're just replacing guards, you're in a happy place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If your skip has to throw guards, that's
Oh, I love those days. I love doing that.
I particularly love those days.
Yeah. Hey, Benjo, throw another guard. We got this covered.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Give me a broom.
We'll sweep it.
Yeah.
All right. And looks like over on C, we've got yellow controlling the house.
Yeah.
And over on D, a nice draw. If we can see it, we can't.
Oh.
Oh, and just wicked, still sitting, possibly
Yeah.
shot, but not going to cut it.
By the way, our viewership is up to 29.
29. That's
Hi,
our
everybody.
favorite number in.
Welcome.
30. Wow, we're in the
Oh,
30s
very
now.
nice.
Oh,
Ruined,
Yes,
ruined
please.
the prime.
Oh, back to 29. Who
Yes.
left us?
well, please chat with us.
The
Let us
cribbage
know where
player
you're from.
in me. Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah, no, please chat with us. Let us know where you're from. Let us know who you're rooting for. We'd love to hear from you all.
So I think that was a good guard. It does its job.
Just blocking everything up.
Yeah, so what is Chris trying to do here? Oh, he's trying an angle run onto the red.
Oh, I see that.
I mean, the other option is to just clear the center and make them forced to throw another guard. And if they miss it, then you have access to that shot.
It's dangerous to count on somebody missing, though.
True, but sometimes
Especially
it's
with-
the only. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing you have.
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay.
One of the other curlers at our club, Courtney Shaw, very good curler, very awesome person, ran another strategy clinic for us, and what she said was, if you're waiting for your opponent to miss, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you can hope for, though.
Right. Sometimes that's all you can hope for. So, I think what red wants to do is just to cover up that red double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yellow's got a.
Yeah, they've got a chance for
Good chance for two.
They're in
a
a good
deuce.
spot.
They need.
So if they don't make the card,
Yeah.
that double is accessible for 2.
And no disrespect to Broom Service, but I kind of want to see that double.
Yeah, doubles are fun.
Yeah.
So let's look at the chat. So David Zimmerman is rooting for himself to have more wins than Jamie.
No question. Zimmerman, if I owe you $20, I am lacquering that to a curling stone and making you fly home with it.
Right, Steven Johnson
Hey,
was supposed to play.
Yeah.
Right, is cheering from Silver Spring,
Hello, Silver Spring.
cheering for the Leeds.
Steve,
Go
yeah.
Team Leeds.
Steven actually lives in the same apartment complex that I do.
Wow.
That's
So,
right.
yeah.
Downtown Silver Spring.
Oh, so Bo is asking Jen, where are you from?
Originally,
I guess
I'm originally from Ohio.
from Ohio.
Yeah, the great coastal state of Ohio.
Famous for Bell Fountain.
Yes. Yes, I was born in Bellefontaine, and then my friend Christy married Jamie, and I learned that it actually should be pronounced Bellefontaine, and
Almost.
I'm
Bellefontaine. Bellefontaine.
I'll get it right one of these days.
Nobody ever will.
So
Crazy
Chris,
Canadians.
yeah. So Chris actually has the
Oh, let's see
Yeah,
this.
okay.
still has the shot. So
This
we'll
is
see.
exciting.
Looks a little on the a little
Yeah,
light.
it's just like a down weight.
Yep,
Maddy.
Yeah, he just has to nose. Doesn't actually have to double them
This-
out.
Oh, come on, come on,
I
come
like
on.
the line. I'm not sure about the weight, but I love it. I love it. Let's
Yeah.
watch
I
this
wanna-
come in.
He just has to nose.
I want him to get it.
Oh, I'd love to see it. I love to see it. And it's curling all day,
Oh!
every day. Yes!
Yes!
Great shot.
We love watching good shots at this sport, no matter
Oh
who
my
makes
God,
them.
that was beautiful.
That was beautiful. It does leave the double open for Jen. No, that's going to jam,
Well,
isn't
we
it?
will
Well,
celebrate the shot in the moment.
can we
What
take
happens
a-
next happens.
Can we take a shot?
An overhead view.
Well, it's tough. The double's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sticks
Yeah.
around, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think the top yellow's probably not going anywhere, or will not go too far anywhere. So if Jen doesn't make one go away, then Chris has his shot for
Oh.
3-point end.
That would be awesome. That would be so exciting. All right.
And not that we're taking sides. We just want to see more curling.
Yeah, we
Yep.
just want to see really good shots.
I want to see a close game, and I want
Just
to
to
see
be
it
clear.
go to 9. Yeah.
Yes, no, we have no favorites. We just want to see really good shots.
Well, we don't, but Maddy is everyone's favorite all the time. When
That
I
she
don't
was-
shows
know,
up.
maybe.
No? Maddy, when you watch this, it turns out 2 out of 3 curlers at Potomac Curling Club are pro Maddy.
Oh my goodness.
Also, 9 out of 10 dentists, for some reason,
Our pro Maddy.
are pro Maddy.
I'm teasing. I adore Maddy. She's wonderful.
Maddy is, again, as we thank volunteers, Maddy is our Tuesday social organizer, coordinator. And that is a thankless well, she's got an intern. And that is
Yes,
I don't want to say
exactly.
thankless job. It is a stressful job, and they run it. Many of our leagues are form a team and play.
But
Some
more
of our leagues
importantly,
are
she's just an all-around good
draft.
person.
Oh, she's
Yes.
just awesome.
Yeah.
And those pants are dazzling and confusing the opponents.
I try not to look directly at that.
Do not stare directly at the Maddy.
because I'm afraid I might lose all.
Yeah,
I
you
might
got to
just
keep
lose all
your
visual.
day vision.
Exactly.
Okay, so Chris trying to draw for his 3rd point. And,
Okay, so this is
Oh, we
hammer,
love this.
right?
We love this. Weight is
Oh.
there. He can be heavy.
Paul is in the way.
Okay, this looks a
Oh.
bit
It
Jumps
looks a
in the
little
way.
and
bit a
he
little heavy,
might
but
run.
he has backing.
Oh no, they're good. They're good. They're going to sweep this in and stop sweeping because you don't want to do exactly
Oh
that.
no.
Yeah, take the
And
2.
it's,
that's still 2.
And that's
it's
game.
a shake. That's game.
So they are
Oh,
shaking.
well done, guys.
Well played. And way to end on a high note.
Yes, yellow ending with a 2-point end.
Yeah, so I think the score is officially 8-3
Yes.
for red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did update the 5th end, but they did score 2.
Yeah.
Chris scored 2 back in the 6th, and then the final score should be 8-3
Yeah.
to Broom service from the Diamond State Curling Club, our
Yeah.
friends from Delaware.
Who come down every Saturday, almost every Saturday.
Yep. We see Paul and
And,
Jen here a lot.
Practice and teach, and one of my first introductions to our club, and wonderful, wonderful folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking over at sheet D, we've got 2 close games on the outside sheets, and it looks like yellow is sitting, but red with hammer,
Yeah. Lots of traffic in there right now.
and I see 11 stones in play with 1 left to throw.
So which sheet do we want to go to next?
I would prefer to watch our own Ken Clark.
Okay, so can
Hey.
we bring up sheet A? Okay, so sheet A is it's a pretty close game.
Yeah. Looks like it's 5-3 in favor of the yellow team Montia.
Okay, so we are now covering sheet A.
Yeah. It's 5-3 now, so we need to update the score there. Todd, if you have a chance.
And it looks like
Yellow scored
yellow's
What do we
sitting
got?
2.
in the 5th.
Oh, we're on skip
Oh,
stones,
yellow's
right?
sitting 3 with the biter.
Is this the last of the yellow rocks? Can you tell?
It
I can't see behind the screen.
is.
Okay, thank you.
So what do we have on sheet A? What do you see, Jen, on sheet A?
Well, I see. Looks like we've got 2 yellows in the house. It's a little hard to see. We've got some folks in the way here, so yeah. So they're sweeping furiously here, so trying to get the weight
Oh, there you
right.
go. So
It looks like they don't want it to bang on the red guard, so they're just going to let it go.
so yellow is sitting 2 at the moment without
think,
hammer.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that top one's biting. Oh, and it looks like the yellow team is taking a shot right now in the back of the house there.
As one does. Bond Spiels, especially under fives. You know, we're here for fun. Very few people on this sheet will be in the Olympics. And yeah, we just want to have a good time, play a good sport, and enjoy our afternoons or weekends.
Yes. And I mean, to that note, bond spieling is great for you know, all ages and all abilities. Our sheets actually have wheelchair lines, so
Yeah, anyone can curl.
yeah.
Okay, so Ken is throwing a very high pressure shot, needs the 4-foot to score his single.
There he goes. The red rock is launched. It looks like it's got a.
Okay, so Brandon and Kenny sweeping, keeping things moving, and
Looks like it's got to slow down. Okay, it's slowing down.
okay.
All right, Maddy, move.
All right, yep.
Maddy.
Maddy in the way.
Oh, that was a very
Oh my gosh, so close.
a very
I hope
good
you guys
try.
can all see that.
yeah.
That was so close.
It's maybe like 4 inches
Yeah.
short.
Fun fact, though, Maddy actually was hatched from an egg.
Maddy was hatched from an egg.
Yeah, she was not born in the traditional way. She came into this world in a hard shell,
That the stork
which
brought.
she has since dropped. Maddy is one of the least hard-shelled people I've ever met. More Maddy facts, and if you would like, subscribe to hashtag Maddy Facts.
Yeah, JD will keep updating those for us. Oh my gosh.
All right, so over on sheet A, we've got a 3-point lead. Over on sheet D, we've got a tight game. Is that score updated? It's not, because they're throwing an odd end.
Yeah. So they haven't put their 6th end up on sheet D.
Yeah.
Okay, so sheet A starting out with their 7th end, and Team Antia throwing up a center guard.
they hogged
looks
it.
like it hogged.
Yeah,
So fun
unfortunately.
fact, this is my favorite curling fact, actually. The hog lines are the 2 blue lines on opposite sides of the middle of the ice, which makes total sense if you don't think about it. Past which, if you're throwing the stone, you may not release it, so you have to release it before the hog line, as you see him about to do. And after which, it must get to be in play. If you are a 16th century Scottish farmer hucking frozen rocks on some loch somewhere, a hog is relevant to you because that is the baby sheep that just ain't gonna make it. A hog is a runt sheep.
I did not know that.
So if you hog the stone, essentially, that is some 16th century Scotsman banting at you saying, you throw
killed
like
a-
a baby sheep,
killed
but
a
not
baby
even one of the good
sheep."
ones. You're that weak.
Oh my gosh.
Now look who's the curling nerd.
Oh, man. I'm an etymology nerd. Throw
There
a
you
lit
go.
major into curling, and you get all sorts of weird things going on.
All right. So the hogs are baby sheep.
Hogs
everybody.
are,
Remember
but
that.
especially weak baby sheep. So if you hog it,
Weak baby sheeps that will not make it through the night.
exactly.
Oh, it looks like they're clearing out the house there on sheet
Yeah,
A.
if I'm yellow, I'm playing a clean game.
That was a good.
I think that might still be biting.
Oh,
though.
the
It
red one at
definitely
the
is,
far
yes.
end. Yeah. All right. So our intrepid IT leader, Ken, has put the broom in place.
Yeah, looks like he's just calling for call it splitting the house. If you have hammer, you're just giving your opponents 2 stones to chase on the outside, and if they want to play the middle, you can play that hit game and come up a few points. So down by 3 by the looks of it.
Yeah, not too sure why.
Not splitting the house.
Yeah, I was about to say. I wasn't too or are they throwing a corner guard, I think?
Oh.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hate the guard. He's got to build some offense, and guards are how
Yeah.
you do
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that red one is not biting.
It's not biting. Oh, it's not.
Yeah, based on our
Oh,
overhead
okay.
view that Todd just put up. Thank you, Todd.
All right, so that's why they do have to throw some guards. Well, Jamie had great things to say about you.
I don't say good things about anyone. I'm mean. I'm a Philadelphian grouchy person.
Philadelphia.
You say that as if it's a bad thing. And a nice draw undercover. A little deep. Oh, a lot deep. That just kind of kept going. So that
But it's still
looks
shot rock.
like it outcounts.
It definitely outcounts. The red rock is
Oh,
not even
we can see it on the
biting.
screen we're on.
Yes.
Wait, are we on TV?
Are we?
Maybe.
Oh my God. Are we on the internet?
I think people might be listening to us. All 29
Are we still
viewers.
at 29? Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh!
We have 35.
35.
Viewers.
Hello, everyone.
They're going to bring us back for sure.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, yeah, that outside yellow is super dangerous because he's never moving it. He's got to bring the game in a little bit. Chasing on that wall is dangerous.
Darn wall.
Darn wall. Why must the laws of physics get in the way of our physics-based game?
I know. Just brings us down.
It really does. Well, it doesn't really because it is essentially a two-dimensional space, so there's no down to be had.
All right. Well, it looks like that red one is a guard. It didn't quite make it into the 12-foot, so. We have Team Montia.
Just trying to. Oh, looks like they're
Is this throwing
That looks
through,
like it's
or-
really fast.
through. Yeah. I don't think that was on
Or-
purpose. With the hand wave, it was. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter.
Let it go.
I would have liked to draw under that guard, and as Benjo has said, reduce the scoring area.
Right. I mean, this isn't
Just
too
keep
bad.
going,
They're up.
going.
Or I think they just thought that the ice was slowing.
Oh, it stopped. It's now
Yeah.
shot rock.
So I
Oh,
think,
wow.
Yeah,
It slowed down a
It
lot.
slowed down. One,
yeah, with the sheet B being vacant, that could definitely be
yeah.
a factor.
And all the best skips I know can look over, see that a sheet has emptied, and say, we need to throw a little firmer or give you a little more ice.
Yeah.
Just based on 8 people leaving the ice shed. Changes the game.
So Brandon trying to chase on sheet A.
Looks like it's there if they can sweep it.
Yeah,
Yep,
it
yep, it's good.
looks like it's definitely slowing
Little light,
down.
yeah.
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 Because that looked hot from.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he delivered that with a little bit of
There's
taste.
a little bit of oomph. It's the technical term.
Now, if Ken wants to be fancy on his next shot, he could do a sort of like a split and maybe get all 3 into the house.
Wouldn't that be delightful? I want to see
would
that
be-
shot.
I want to see that shot.
Do
too.
it, Cad. Do it. We're sending you the message.
We're sending you all the positive vibes.
Yeah. All right, let's see what's happening here with our yellow rock. It's definitely over the hog line.
Yeah. And is there any way we can take a look over at D? Because I
At
think we've
D.
got a game going on there too.
Oh, that's crazy over there.
Lots of rocks in play. And this camera, brought to you by Ken Clark, the ability to pan and zoom is fantastic.
So on A, I think Ken might actually be trying for the split
Is he? Oh.
Oh.
or trying to draw, and then if they crash, they split it.
All right, Todd's gone
Right.
to sheet view so that we can
Watch on the top
Keep-
left corner of your
keep
screen.
up with everything here.
You can beat us.
So you can see those 2 red rocks.
We're a little
Okay,
light. They're jumping on the sweep.
Yep.
Yeah, doesn't look too bad.
My favorite 4 words. I don't hate it. I think there's something to this shot.
Oh,
well, you know what?
They're only getting the 1 in, but
They
it's
Okay,
got
not
one
too
in.
bad.
No.
Yeah,
well, how
not too
far is it
bad.
go? Oh, okay.
Yeah?
I was worried it was going to keep going
And
and
it looks a little
go
guarded.
past that yellow rock there, but
I mean,
it
there's
stopped.
Yeah, there still is a split. You throw like a backline hack on those two, catch a corner of the top one, and then you maybe flop in both reds into the
Yeah.
house. Jamie, Tim Leroy says hi.
Hello, Tim. Tim, one of our amazing Saturday morning people, and one of the 3 people I
And that
went
was
to
a
my
good
first Spiel
takeout.
with.
Oh, Tim, hello.
Yeah, Tim, one of the Scrapple crew. on Saturday morning.
Yes. Spent many hours in the kitchen with Tim.
Yeah.
Bo also says hi, Jamie.
Hello,
Why is
Bo.
everyone just saying hi to Jamie?
I know.
I'm just likable,
Are
okay?
Benjo and Jen,
And Jen
chopped
just
liver
like-
here?
we're just like
okay, guys.
Taking up space.
You know, Jamie squad, I need an outpouring of love for Jen and for Benjo, please. Let's just blow it up in the chat. Also, smash that like button.
So that was a great takeout on Sheet A.
Yeah.
Now Ken has to deal with that.
Oh, it looks like their handshakes over on
Over on,
C. They've that
yeah.
was a little bit of a one-sided event, but
They stopped hanging out the 4th end.
yeah, but definitely good practice for the Loudoun crew.
Yeah.
They seem to be relatively
Like-
new.
They are,
Yeah.
and more power. If you are watching from Virginia and you want to get into this sport, please do.
Yes.
We would love to grow this sport as much as we can in the area and everywhere, frankly. In fact, Benjo is
Is what?
leader of the Philippines Curling Association. Are you
Yeah, so we haven't settled on the final name yet.
Okay.
Our current name is the Curling Winners Sports Federation of the Philippines, because apparently you have to define what curling is. That curling is a winner's sport, given that we don't have
Gotcha.
snow in the Philippines.
Not yet. Not with that attitude.
But yeah, but, well, yeah. But if you do know of any Filipino heritage curlers, please ask them to visit our Facebook page and get on our network, get on
Yeah.
our radar. We're
Yep.
trying to build a database of all Filipino and Filipino heritage curlers
I think that would be
all
awesome.
over the world.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Benjo is an awesome teacher, so
Oh, Benjo is,
you could not learn from anybody better.
yeah, and fun to play
You
with.
guys are too kind.
We are. We're really wonderful, aren't we?
Oh, and
He's so awesome.
happy birthday to Christine Dobbs.
Happy birthday, Christine Dobbs.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
she has a beautiful sash she's been wearing today.
We've also been torturing her a little bit. She is running this Spiel and doing an amazing job, but
Yes.
part of running a Spiel is to ring the bell and get everyone's attention. Every time she does that, we break into happy birthday
Oh, I haven't heard that yet. That's awesome.
and totally embarrass her every time, and we love it,
As you should.
as we should.
As we should.
So on Sheet A, Team Antias currently sitting 2, or was it 3?
Let's take a look. Can we get the overhead view of that?
I think it's 3.
I see 3 at least from
Yeah.
this
So,
perspective.
so Ken is in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, and Ken's got to win this. There we are. 1, 2, and...
Oh, I don't
Red looks like it's
know.
out counting to me, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
2,
that's close.
Oh,
2
that's
is not
2.
much better than 3, quite honestly, in this situation.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Sheety's going to an 8th.
Sweet, okay.
Nice. They're throwing him back.
And they finally hung the score.
Oh,
And
okay.
it is
So
6-4.
Okay, 6-4. Not an insurmountable lead
No.
by any means.
2 points are doable.
Yeah.
And we're looking on the bottom right corner. Looks like Team Loudoun getting the team picture.
Oh, that's
amazing
awesome.
performance and such fun people this weekend to have them out.
Yes. It was very
it
fun
really
to play
is.
with them yesterday.
That was a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
But can't wait to see more Loudoun people here coming to our Spiels, us visiting them, and getting that DC region curling built up.
Yeah.
All right, so Ken.
All right, Ken with a do or die shot, right?
what is Ken trying to do? I'm
Well,
not
this
sure.
is his first of his skip stones.
Looks
so
like he's taking stones out.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I thought that was his hammer.
No, he's
Nope.
he's got one more, and he's got to move some granite.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
We're
Just
going to
trying
hit things.
Give them a chance.
Oh, and he throws and is right up. And
All right,
I
come
like
on, hit
the
it, hit
line.
it.
I like the weight.
Hit
It
it.
looks a bit tight.
Just crashed
Oh,
on the
no.
guard. Yeah.
That guard did its job.
Yep.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, so on sheet A, they're either trying to put back a guard, put another guard, or sink another one into the house based on the broom.
Yeah.
I think this is going to end up as a guard.
Yeah, weight looks good.
Yeah, they're just dropping one back in, right?
Yeah, so they're just replacing their guard.
Mm-hmm. And are they guarding the red? Yeah, just the red run back, right?
Yeah, the red run, I think. So I think that's an effective guard.
Yeah, yeah, that'll do what it needs
It
to.
covers both the top reds or the guard reds or the red guards.
Yeah. All right.
All right, we got hammer.
And Jim Mantia with hammer right now.
No,
That's Ken's
That's
hammer.
Ken's
No,
rock.
that's not Jim. That's Brandon. Sorry, Brandon and Brandon's family. We did not just hear those words come out of his mouth. Brandon's family.
Don't be giving away Ken's rock to other people.
I won't. So fun fact, we engrave our rocks. Every single one of our rocks has names and heartfelt messages and sarcasm all over it. Christy and I bought one
Inside
on sheet
jokes.
day. Many inside jokes. One of my favorites is Ken Clark's, in fact, which is deliver with care, this side up.
Yeah. That one is very cute.
Another one is Courtney Shaw's Bruce recommends peeling the guard. Now, you may think Bruce Black, as a long-time, I think, founding member of this club, if not, then close, you might think it's Bruce Black recommending them. No, it is Courtney's cat who recommends peeling the
Courtney's
guard.
dead cat.
Go,
I
Bruce.
wasn't going to mention the dead part.
I mean, if we're trying to be fact-checking people here.
Do I look like I check my facts?
Her beloved no longer with us.
Her beloved no longer
cat.
with us, so I'm going to... this one's for you, Bruce.
Okay.
Cheers, Bruce.
Cheers, Bruce. We
All
peel
right,
the guard.
let's see what Ken's rock's doing here. It's
It's going to stop short.
Yep.
how
It
short
was
though?
a good try. It
Cuts it down.
Cuts it down to one.
Yeah.
But I think that's enough.
Handshakes
handshakes.
around.
Handshakes for.
Very good game on
Sheet
sheet
A.
A.
Good game, tight
That
game.
was tight.
Well played.
So we have bonus curling on sheet D.
We love bonus curling. Is it bonus?
Well, actually not yet bonus. So it's still the 8th end of sheet D. Red's set up pretty good.
Yeah. And yellow with hammer. All red needs to do is force. Yellow needs to steal 2.
No, they need to score 2.
Oh, sorry, yellow with hammer.
Yeah, yellow with hammer.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing here, I swear.
So, not sure. So they're putting up a corner guard, from what I understood from the Broom motions.
So for those of you who haven't curled before, they're pulling all the rocks from sheet A back, and it always sounds like thunder to me when they come back down all at once.
Yeah.
Choose the rumble.
That's why they call it the roaring game, because of the
Really?
yeah, it is because of the sound the stone makes when it travels on the ice.
Oh, wow. Okay. Very cool. All All right. Oh, this looks like a. Oh, wow.
Okay, that's a pretty good spot for red on sheet D.
Yeah.
They now have
A little bit of finesse there.
yeah, sort of 3 sort of center guards covering their shot rock. So I don't know if yellow wants to move them. I think they should if they want to give themselves a chance.
So they're down by 2, right?
Yeah, they're down
Yeah.
by 2,
Okay.
and they're not shot. So
Yeah.
at some point, they do have to deal with that shot rock. So even
Yeah.
if they put up center corner guards and put a couple of counters in the house, they still have to move that
Yeah.
shot rock.
Yeah, they're running out of rocks.
So red just trying to clutter things up,
Yep.
trying to put another guard. So here we have You Can't Handle This, throwing
Oh, I get it.
a guard.
Christine's checking her map here. Oh, this
But
one's
it
coming
looks
up
like,
short.
yeah, it looks like it's going to come a bit short.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can drag it, or maybe
No, no,
not.
no. It's short.
I mean, it doesn't, not the worst. They're still in pretty good shape
Yeah.
coming into the back end of.
So, Benjo, this is you. You're yellow.
Yeah.
You've got Nicole throwing.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing here? What's your play?
If I am yellow, I need to give ourselves a chance, and I would try to clear stuff in the center. Because you have to move the shot rock at some point. So even if you put up your corners and put up some counters, if you can't move that red counter, then it's not
Yeah.
going to matter. And yeah, the way it's putting up, it's going to get harder and harder to put anything
Yeah.
to count.
Yeah.
So we should have listened to Bruce, the dead
Yeah.
cat.
But I think at this point it might be already too late to peel.
Yeah, they're running out of rocks.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff.
I
in
mean,
front there.
one thing I could see is try to do an angle run.
Yeah.
It's a short angle run of that yellow.
Yeah.
So you have a guard. You sort of like have a stone on the top 12 guarding the center, and then hopefully you could find a way to hook another one into the 4-foot. So I think that's the only
Yeah.
Yeah.
plan I see.
Well, this one's not going to really do anything for them.
Yeah, I mean,
They're just
Yeah.
red.
they're just putting more
Yeah,
stuff in the
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, red can just like put stuff, and I think he sees it.
Yeah.
The
And I
short
think he's
angle
calling
run.
The angle run for you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's their only out of this pickle. Yeah, I think it's from the screen. I think it's well, actually I can't see. from
Yeah,
the
we
screen.
can't see the house very well on the 4.
I think it's pretty
sheet
open,
view.
so it's there.
So he is.
Okay, so here we go. With the short angle run attempt. It's a bit down weight.
Yeah, so we've got the house feet right now. You should be
It's,
seeing this
looks a
yellow
bit-
rock
yeah,
come into.
looks really wide.
Yeah, looks like it's probably going to flash through.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Yep.
So the trouble now is that red now knows what they're planning to do, so they might want to take out that. Yeah, so that's
Plug up another hole.
plug up the only remaining shot. So that's exactly what they're gonna do.
Jen, if the FCC calls me, I'm putting them right to you.
I explained. You asked. Yeah. Block
Excuse
the
me, what did you
path.
just call me?
Block the path.
Block the path. Plug the hole.
Exactly.
Sounds like a Pink Floyd lyric.
All right, so we're down to skip rocks, looks like. So,
And this end could be over with this stone.
Yeah, this could be a game winner.
Line looks nice. Weight looks nice.
yeah. Yeah.
Sweepers like it.
Yeah, sweepers keeping off.
Yeah.
So I think this is a team from Ardsley.
Oh. Ardsley with some. Ardsley hosted the Cool Duck, which is one of the more fun under 5 spiels I've done.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very good guard.
Yeah, that
Really,
that
really
does
good
what it needs
guard.
to.
So I now don't know how. All right.
Got some celebrating here in the warm room. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to John and Christine.
Yeah.
Yep, we have 2 birthdays.
Yeah. So this is the trouble with not clearing the center for D.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're left without many options.
Exactly. You're not left with anything, I think. I mean, there's a...
I mean, looking at this, I don't see much. The draw on the thrower's right side to touch the forefoot, maybe?
Well, he could try to run the red guard into the yellow into the red. But, you know, just really
That gets
tricky.
a little complicated.
Yeah.
And then red just guards another, and yellow has to find another way, you know, some way to get their second point in.
Yeah, they're having a long discussion there. It looks
Yeah.
like they realize that the options are a little limited.
Yeah, I think their only shot here is to run the guard.
Yeah.
Run the red into the yellow into the red.
Red into the yellow into the red. So for the same little shorty there?
Yep, same angle run, and then
Angle run, that's the expression.
and then maybe they will have a draw for their second point. Tricky.
Yeah. I saw it on TV one time. I totally got this. Oh,
Have you seen so there's this like shot where you spin a
The
rock.
oh.
The spinner, like 100
Oh.
revolutions. So you could actually do it here. So what it does is that if you spin it like really, really fast
Yeah.
with lots of revolutions, it will travel straight, and like right at the end as it slows down, it banks really hard.
Benjo's referring to a shot that I saw during the most recent Olympics, I think by the Chinese team.
Yeah, they did try that.
Yeah.
Oscar Eriksson also tried that.
Yeah.
And then there's this Finnish curler who has a video on YouTube where he does it.
Nice.
That sounds like very advanced curling.
We need to actually, this is the third time
It
this
looks
broadcast.
fun to try.
We need to get YouTube videos embedded into our stream.
Yeah.
So we
Or-
can, so we can pull these things up.
Or we could like put it in the chat. All right. So here.
Yeah,
we could
this
just drop it in the
is
chat.
not-
Yeah. That's not going to do it,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So I think, that might be game.
I think mathematically, and in curling, if you are mathematically out of it, it is considered good etiquette to shake.
Looks like they might just finish it out. There's 2
But
rocks
also,
left.
we just throw the rocks back.
Yeah.
It's easier to throw them than
Yeah.
to drag them. But that spin-around move, what it winds up doing, I think, is normally stones follow a neat parabola. when you do this, well, it's still a parabola, I guess, but it goes straight, 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 and then cuts. It's a hockey stick shape instead of a rainbow shape.
Exactly. There's a few cool videos on YouTube that show that. Yeah.
So Google Spinorama curling.
I tried that in practice on Saturday. Didn't work.
I've tried it too, but only when I'm like one of 3 people on the ice and no one's looking at me.
But those are the best times to try it.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
when you have your practice.
No
or,
stakes.
And Paul Luthi, if you are listening, you did promise to try this if we were down at the end of the game, and we are holding you to that.
It looks like they're just
just throw it in.
throw it in and
Don't
just
make it
create
worse.
more traffic for them to try to get around.
Yeah.
White noise.
So I don't see any shot for 2.
There's no.
And I think, I think they're just gonna throw it just for you know.
For kicks and giggles.
Yeah.
And it's fun too when you know your end is done. Sometimes it's just fun to say, let me see if I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah. Might as
Right?
well.
Like, I'm not going to change the outcome, but at least I can leave with a really neat shot.
Right.
Blow it up.
Yeah. Yeah. The vice and the skip pointing at 7 different dimensions right now.
I am pessimistic about their options.
Yeah.
$5 says he scores a point.
You're on.
All right.
Oh.
They score a point. Yellow scores a point?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What odds are you going to give me, though?
Pretty low.
Pretty unlikely.
Can I pay you in Potomac Curling Club pins?
You could. You could play. You
Sorry.
could pay me with like a good takeout on Wednesday.
Oh, happily. So a takeout apparently is worth $5.
$5.
Which implies
a good one. A good one.
A good
Yeah,
takeout
not
is $5.
just any takeout.
Okay. So I got to get the double. I got to get the roll. Okay. So a good
You
takeout
get a
is
double.
$5.
That's $10.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So let's see what they're planning up their sleeve here.
Yes, just so everybody knows, we're not actually promoting gambling during curling.
We're not.
Why curling is?
Well, you have Cool Bet in Canada. It's
Oh,
a curling
Lord.
right now, so
Yeah. Potomac Curling Club, bringing you ad-free curling
Exactly.
since 1961.
okay. So I think they're just gonna throw their draw and get their and score their point.
All right, let's do it. I have
Might as well.
faith. Come on.
Yeah. Finish with on
Finish
a good
strong.
note. Yeah.
All right. One good shot.
Yeah. This looks
Wants to
this
come
looks
back.
Oh,
really
that
hot.
wants
looks
to
like
come
it's
back.
heavy.
Yeah. It
That
got
is-
eaten by the wall. Oh, that's going to move some rocks.
Oh.
No.
And
Oh.
it's a steal of 1 for red, and that
Steal of
is
1 for red?
game.
I
That
owe
was
Benjo
a
one
very
good
nice
hit.
attempt.
You owe me 1 good hit on Wednesday.
That's all you're getting, though. Every other shot, garbage.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
All right,
Well
so that is
done.
it for the what was that? The
This was
230?
draw 8.
Draw 8? Oh, there you go.
Draw 8, yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody who put up with us.
Thank
And,
you, everybody, and to the 18 people left in the stream. Thank you for
We
sticking
love
with us.
having you.
And see you again in a couple of hours.
After a scrape and pebble.
Yeah.
All right.
there you go.
Bye, everybody.
All right,
Bye.
bye, everyone. Bye.